Matthew, when you were with TNA, we were talking about this before. When you were with TNA, when Russo came back around 0607, I still believe that Russo came up with that horrible last rights match, and you ended up getting blamed for it, as I can recall. That part on a Sean Oliver Kayfabe Commentaries guest booker series. Was that really his creation? If so, then it will forever explain the constant fire Russo chants. Also, did Russo back then blame everybody else for his ideas that were often laughed at?
No, not really. Vince, I'll say one thing about Vince. Vince, some of his ideas weren't good. Some of them were pretty good. But one thing about Vince, he never quit pitching. He would pitch and pitch and pitch and pitch. And then he was throwing balls all the time. Sometimes he'd just throw them out of the stadium. But at least he was pitching. And Vince works very hard. When he goes to work at, say, 11 o'clock in the morning or 10, he will work to 10 that night straight. And he's moving all the time. And he's a hard worker. And, yeah, it's like all of us. Some of our ideas suck. But since he had more of a influence on creative, some of his ideas that suck got through. What's the name of this match we're talking about?
The last rights match. So for people who don't know, could you explain what happened?
The last rights match is a match with a coffin in the middle of the ring, and the idea is to beat your opponent senseless, put him in the coffin, close the top, and then they start pulling it up to the ceiling, and that's your last rites. And Sting was working with Abyss. Oh, it's a horrible concept. I don't know how you can get up, and I don't know what you would cheer. I don't know. But I remember I'm watching the crowd, and I saw Vince on the other side of the arena floor. He's watching it, but he's watching it like this. He had a curtain. He's looking out. And the people started saying, "Fire Russo, fire Russo." And I heard later that he actually told Dixie Carter, who was the owner, that it was my idea, which it wasn't. And she never said anything to me about it. So,
I remember.
But anyway, it was a horrible match. It was Sting, and Abyss.
I remember your reply to, because I had that DVD, the Sean Oliver one, and your reply was bullshit. When that was put to you that it was your idea.
Yeah, well, I'm a little more, politically correct now, but it wasn't my idea, and I voiced my concerns during one of the creative meetings. I said, I don't get it, guys. I just don't get it. Now you're going to put Abyss into the coffin and it's going to go up, and that's it. Well, yeah, he wins the match. And I think they put Sting in at the time until it went up a little bit. Then all of a sudden the top comes open. I guess that was supposed to elicit a huge roar, which it didn't elicit much. Like, a place was full, but I didn't like the match. I didn't come up with it, and it didn't come off well.
Is this the one where the coffin's in the middle of the ring at all times?
Yes.
So they can't even use the ring to work in, essentially. So you've taken away one of your biggest tools there, really, haven't they?
Yeah, you're taking away your workspace. So I don't know. I guess it worked out. So I don't know what they did.
If it was a last rites match, shouldn't someone have come out as dressed like a priest?
Well, should have, but that would take too much time. But I think Sting did do this. Whatever that means.
And it's a shame that I mean, they probably didn't. I wish they did. TNA had filmed the inevitable someone popping out 50 feet into the rafters and then somehow like gingerly climbing onto the, walkway and then getting down somehow. That would have been.
I thought about that. Bit. I thought about that. People are sitting at ringside, right? So up goes the coffin. Up. It's up there. Okay. Now, Sting's the winner. Yay. but you're still watching. You're still watching the coffin. All of a sudden, now he has to get out in front of everybody and walk that little walkway back to the dressing room. Oh my God.
That would have been great.
I should have told him, I said, I want you to lay in that coffin for 10 minutes. He would have done it.
And maybe if he could somehow descend during the next match as well.
Yeah, the next match, he comes back down. And the referee said, not now, you idiot. Oh, he gets back in, he goes back up.